Chicago versus Kiosku. Gonna be the stun out of the Hunter with the trinket for Chicago with a wall as they see Kiosku popping up. The coordinate assault, 20% more damage for them as well as the pet. And Kiosku looks like he's just gonna line inside Chicago as they got defenses rolling. Gonna be the Ghost who's up and running as Kiosku dropping down all the traps, but the Earth Elemental being the good boy that he is, he's eating all the steel traps, even the freezing trap. You can't really stop that guy at all. Kiosku under total pressure. Wait, Chicago get a huge amount of procs. I think huge Wind Fury damage. And Kiosku finally creates some land inside for a second. That Tar Trap is helping him create some space between him and Chicago. And Kiosku got himself Exile. Could potentially be eternal if Chicago is able to catch up. Has a big Primordial set up. Lightning Bolts is going to be massive. Kiosku for the Fade Death Turtle Shell has to go for a Manic Bet. And Chicago is just going to be there to punish the pet, beating that thing up. And got himself Ghost Wolves. Having Ghost Wolves is actually pretty good because look, what if the Ghost Wolves just ate a freezing trap? I was just about to say, look, having Ghost Wolves and just pats around against a Hunter with so many different traps, like at some point you might just be able to get yourself a full one of the pets to eat a trap. But with Chicago taking the time to take down the Raptor from Kiosku, it does give him opportunity to dive into a full camo unimpeded because he doesn't have a pet with a Flame Shock to get him out into combat. He's just there by himself. Stun into Chicago. No pre-wall for this damage. Gonna be lots of output. Chicago popping a wall now with a bit of Maelstrom for those ghosts to keep himself rolling. Gonna be the freezing trap by Kiosku. As he goes for a quick flash trap, taking the opportunity to catch up in defenses. Steel trap does hit Chicago, even though it looked like it was behind him. And Kiosku just looking for a bit of a reset. Just wants to wait for cooldowns to come back. He got 20 seconds on coordinate assault. He needs to get himself the acceleration. And Chicago with Ghost Souls available. More Wolfies. Wait, actually, I think Chicago is not running the Doomwinds Lego. I think they're running a different Lego. Looking at the cooldown of those wolves, it is really, really short. These things are coming back extremely quickly. Freezing Trap does land in Chicago. One of the Ghost Raptors was trying to make it way over to Kiosku, but the Hunter does finally get a bit of a break. But Chicago's gonna have to play the long game versus this Hunter. Now he's getting his pep, he's getting his step. He might be in a good spot. Big Ellie Blaster to Kiosku with a Primordial. Does Chicago have a big Lightning Bolt? Haymaker getting loaded up. Trinket out of that pet stun. And Chicago, do they go for another Haymaker? Getting kind of low in health. Playing a Maelstrom. Is having to use that Maelstrom defensively. Trying to go for a Haymaker to Kiosku, but he does disengage out of there. Ghost was joining in. Trying to Haymaker the guy down. Doesn't get to stun him. Ellie Blast. Potentially, does he go for the Lightning Bolt? I think what was a Lightning Bolt just now. Sunder onto Kiosku. Trinkets out of it. There goes another Lightning Bolt. Super low in health. Feign death, but does go down. Chicago making sure to zap him down as the boy falls to the ground. He's like, I'm dead. He's like, you know, you're not. Double tap. Let me just make sure you're down for the count. Well, for Chicago, is having to go versus Archie next. Archie dropping down a grounding totem. I'm not really sure. I guess that would have helped against maybe a Lightning Bolt or an Ellie Blast from Chicago. Chicago's gonna have to play this defense. That's a lot of Ghostos getting summoned up for the both of them, though. Lots of Maelstrom flowing for these two, but not a lot of mana for Chicago. Could be in a pretty bad spot. Trying to get himself some cooldown reduction. That's actually a good cooldown reduction. I think cooldown reduction. I believe it is. Maybe. There is one PvP talent for Shamans the way you get CDR. The Chicago super low health. No. A huge heal. Oh, I guess the biggest crit ever. Topped himself off. Again, back to no mana though. Definitely needs to find a way to break away from Archie for a second and get some mana. Archie is fully flowing on mana. He always has a plan B at the moment. Chicago doesn't really have much, just trying to use whatever they can. Living paycheck to paycheck, mana to mana, procs to procs, Maelstrom to Maelstrom right now. Trying to get as much healing as they can while inside a Ghost Wolf for any whatever passive healing. It looks like Archie's pressure for damage has fallen off a little bit. Ghost Wolves are trying to catch up at Chicago, but the Earth Elemental actually taunted those things off of her. Gotta be the Hags. Chicago interrupts it. Freebie Flash Scout for Archie as he's kind of running low on mana as well. Plenty of Maelstrom, but Chicago and him are more or less equal. Chicago a little bit more mana than Archie, but not that much health. Archie a little bit more health, but not enough mana. And both of them are fairly close to one another. So far, that Earth Elemental has served Chicago really well. That was a lot of pressure where Ghostos weren't biting in Chicago. At least they were attacking the Earth Elemental, which was so good with that thing constantly passively taunting all the pets. But now that the thing is gone, could be pretty bad. Big Haymaker, but actually, oh no! I thought the Haymaker was going to get Archie flying in the other direction, but he does catch the lip of the bridge with an Ellie Blast in response. Man, that did a lot of damage. That was incredibly good damage. Wolf is going to be up next with a Sun Totem out of Archie. I thought it was Wolf's Sun Totem. Got him some Ghost Wolves, got the good wolves too, got the Frosty Wolves. So these guys are going to do a lot of damage. Archie does activate the new patch 9.2 PTR trinket, where he's able to offset a lot of the damage he's taking into the shield. where he takes far less magic damage. Like at 50% of the magic damage he takes just goes into the shield, which gives it a little bit more of a defensive tankiness where it spreads out a lot of damage over time, which is good for burst abilities, because he's basically taking 50% less damage. But it's kind of busted. And being Elemental Shaman versus Elite Shaman, there's quite a lot, Enhancement Shaman rather. It's just there's so many lightning bolts and Ellie blasts he's gonna casting. They're basically Elemental Shamans. All they need is a Lava Burst and a Fire Ellie. They got the Earth Ellie, so at least they're halfway there. Gonna be a Wolf, super low in health, has plenty of Maelstrom, but actually mana, but do they have the Maelstrom? Sundered by Archie for a moment. Wolf still under a ton of pressure. Wolf's attacking. Wolf does get himself a heal, but without Maelstrom, it's going to be kind of low value on the Maelstrom usage. Going to be the stun out of Archie, but as his wolves go away, there's going to be Ellie Blast. It actually looks like he's getting even more wolves. I think it's just procs with the tier sets. I think he's just getting constant procs of tier set wolves over and over. Yes, he is. It does end up hunting down Wolf. Look at this wolves he's getting. Are these, is that real? Okay, so I think those were real wolves now. But the ones he had right prior, Double Storm Wolf, I think those were just procs of a tier set. The procs he's getting is huge. The more Maelstrom you spend, the faster you spend, and the more wolves you're going to get, the more Maelstrom they're going to give you, and the more Maelstrom there's for you to spend. With the Enhanced Shamans recently having a lot of their offensive abilities cut back a mana. Among Us trying to go for the big bunch of damage. Going to be Archie taking a lot of damage. It's going to be, how do you not take damage from the Cosmic Trinket? He didn't even wall the Cosmic Trinket. Was that grounded totem? He grounded something. Can you ground the Cosmic Trinket? Wait a second. Among Us just dropped down the big explosive Cosmic Grenade with combustion. I would have thought Archie would have had most of his health disappear, and the man didn't even pop wall or nothing. Just kind of lived. Can you ground that damage? I don't understand. Quick Thunder on Among Us as the go-get images rolling. It's gonna have to get him some shields back to back all the time. It's gonna be very, very important just to recover whatever health he can. Trying to avoid and get some line inside of Archie. And actually chooses to cancel the all the time, or maybe use it way early. Quick breath onto Archie. I'm sorry, that camera is probably giving you some of you guys a whiplash, honestly. As Among Us try to get out of there. Is he still playing Night Fae? I think he's Night Fae still. Stun around the corner. Gonna be a trigger for Among Us as Archie is trying to continue to damage the pressure with Storm Strike. He's gonna be getting himself. What is that called? What's that PvP talent that allows Enhancement Shamans to get cooldown reduction, boys? What is it called? It gives them like 30% faster cooldown reduction. I forget what's it called. Because it is a PvP talent that a lot of you in PTR started using quite a lot more often. But it's not something we really get to visually see as a cooldown anywhere. Archie dropping down the ground. He goes, his Fire Blast are flying. He's literally just messing around with him. Just shuffling back and forth. But then again, he's all stuck in the Ring of Frost. Not much you can really do. Just try to purge all the bugs from Among Us. So that was a lot of combustion damage just eaten up by the grounding. Thunder Charge. The Seawork says it's Thunder Charge. All right, I'll need to remember that one since I've been seeing a lot more of you guys using it. Thunder charging themselves for some cooldown reduction. Try to see if you can soul shape out of this. Thunder by Archie, no sun to follow. Breath landing the poly. I think it's gonna be go. Oh, was that a trigger for Archie? I think it was a trigger. As Among Us tried to see if he can get himself some cooldowns back. Gonna be Ghost Souls actually under a ton of pressure. Might just go for a big combustion. Trying to go for a Ring of Frost. Gonna be the Cauterize. Does he have any shields? Oh, he might just have to Cauterize right now. He has a good setup onto Archie. But there goes Soul Shape. Wait, Seedpod. He might be okay. He might be able to live unless Archie catch up and kill Seedpod. He has a line of sight with that Seedpod. I think it's gonna come back. And the mage returns. Oh, Ellie Blast almost killing that thing. But not enough. Among Us gets to live again. He needs to know the breath setup. Poly, breath, poly. I think this is go. Trinket out of. Wait, now Archie trinkets. Gonna be a big combustion with a trinket versus Archie. Combustion getting purged off. No, actually it doesn't. And Archie takes still big damage. I thought he got purged off for a second, but apparently it wasn't. Snazzy, Shadow Striking with an interrupt versus Archie. Interrupting him as he's trying to get himself a bit of recovery. Getting a shot to fall, but Snazzy with that trinket, Archie has no way out of this. Absolutely no way out of it. Just got spent with everything. Seabark popping up some Moonfire, Soundfire onto the rogue. There's going to be some stars falling too. As Snazzy's got himself a bit of a Kyrian Sippy Cup, trying to see if he might be able to get an open orange Seabark as he's going to be in cat form. Snazzy is in stealth, going to be a root from a distance. Seabark has himself a pretty good angle. As Snazzy goes for a Cloak of Shadows, going to be the Wrath. Actually, no, line decided. No, mind not line decided. Shadow melded. As Seabark walks on top of the road, gonna be that cheap bash with the Fury of a Loon. Seabark is gonna have to trinket out of the stun. Disarm immediately onto the rogue. Huge stun. Oh my god. Huge Star Surge with a Kyrian Burst. Snazzy cloaks it after later. Snazzy, I don't even know if you need to use a cloak. Gonna be that roar out of Seabark before Snazzy can get himself a proper reset. There's gonna be the Typhoon. Almost gets him out. Snazzy definitely has a bleed on him. Is gonna get caught out. Shadow stepping around Seabark. And Seabark should be able to Moonfire, Sunfire the guy. Gonna be Seabark popping into Boomy form, Thorns, as well as Barkskin. Snazzy doesn't have a cloak chance for the Thorns, but I think his damage might be better and bigger than the Thorns. Seabark is gonna have Emergency Frenzy regen. Does he have enough here to stop the Rogue? Gonna be quick to summon to the Rogue. He has no evasion. I don't think he can do anything at all. Smoke Bomb. Oh, but the Star Surge flies for Seabark. But the Druid does not have burst at the moment. He can maybe go for like Fury of a Loon from the tier set proc as he gets himself into a Lunar Affix, or Lunar Eclipse rather. So he's coming at him though with Cloak, Vanish, everything. The Seabark is gonna have to find a moment to just heal himself. He's gonna go into the enemy room, just kind of hoping he knows and can guess where Suz is. It is gonna be in bear form, picking up the eye, looking for him. Cheap shot, trinket for Seabark with a quick roar. With a Cyclone, no, it's gonna be a trinket. Oh, Seabark tried to see if he can get a Cyclone bash onto Suz, but he does have evasion for it ahead of time. Seabark is going to have himself a little bit of self-heal. Bear form. Maybe he can get himself another frenzy regen. There's going to be that heal. Barkskin is available. Should be using it. Thorns is up. Trying to War Stomp. Cyclone to the Rogue. Does land it. It's going to be Regrowth 1, Regrowth 2, maybe Regrowth 3. Does have himself Boomkin form again. Trying to go into an Eclipse. Maybe disarm to the Rogue. Rogue does go for a re-stealth. But Seabark used to disarm immediately. Cloak Shadows could be up for the Rogue. The Seabark is able to actually get some damage in. That's going to be one Star Surge. Maybe he can get a second one. Kid shot into the Druid, but I think it's over. And Suz does end up taking him out. That's a tough one. Seabark did everything he could. I think at that point, the Rogue just had too much of an advantage to like lose. There's no way. Cloak Shadows by the Rogue with advantage. Spally trying to put the pressure on him. Trying to drop down Blizzard, where he might be able to. Just trying to guess where the Rogue could be. The Rogue is somewhere in this arena, that's all he knows. But he's trying to make guesses. Actually was kind of heading into the Rogue's direction. He's doing a pretty good job of that, honestly. That is going to be a eye that he could pick up. Maybe another set of eyes on the other side of the arena too. I can't really see it. Try to see if I maybe... Oh yeah, there is. I saw it. I had to get an angle for it. He kind of more or less knows where the Rogue is here. And the Rogue does get the saps. The Rogue now knows. He either, since he sees some more, or opens up. Gonna be the trinket cooking up for Polly. Polly going for the blink, trying to get out of Rogue stun. Gonna be Rogue shadow stepping past after him with a cheap shot to follow. And Suz getting hit with the Nova. Does Polly have enough damage here? Trying to build up for a bit of damage with this Frostbolt. Gonna have to walk into the Ring of Frost. Gonna be a Kyrian Spark with a flurry. Does he have a big Frostbolt to follow? Maybe blind onto Polly. Trinkets out of it. Has a full burst ready. Gonna be massive Ice Lance though. Wait a second. What are these lances? And that's going to be just trying to see if he can stun Polly, but with the ice form, he's immune to stuns, trying to cheap shot him over and over. He's unable to. And Suz is kind of just out in the open. Nothing he can do about it, Polly. What was this? Was that a lance or was that a Frostbolt that you cooked up there at the end? Oh my goodness. Arc with 3 kills. Seabark popping off as well. And at the end, Polly does sneak in and kills a Frostmage. Yo, Polly needs to go first at some point in these games, yeah?